Never give up on your dreams, the journey of a family. Have you ever felt like the entire world was against you? Like your dreams were too big, too far, too impossible? Stay with me until the very end of this story, because what I'm about to share will touch your heart. It is the story of a humble family that faced pain, humiliation, and doubt, but who also proved that persistence, courage, and love can turn the impossible into reality. Once upon a time, there was a simple couple, John and Mary. They lived in a small house on a dusty street in a little town. Life was hard. The money they made barely covered food and bills, and their 2 children grew up with very little. But despite the challenges, John and Mary carried a dream inside their hearts. One day, they wanted to build their own business. Not just any business, but something that would give their family dignity, stability, and a better future. The problem was that almost no one believed in them. Even close relatives discouraged them. "That's not for you," people said. "You don't have money, you don't have education, you don't have connections, just forget it." Some people laughed, others whispered behind their backs, mocking their ambitions. Those words cut deep. At night, Mary sometimes cried silently, hiding her tears from the children. John would lie awake, staring at the ceiling, questioning if he was trying something impossible. But deep down, he knew one thing. He couldn't spend his life wondering, what if? He told himself, "I'd rather fail trying than give up before I even start." And so, against all odds, they made a bold decision. They sold what little they had, said goodbye to their hometown, even to those who didn't believe in them, and moved to a bigger city. A place of opportunities, yes, but also full of risks, fears, and uncertainties. The move was painful. The children cried as they left their friends behind. John and Mary packed their few belongings into old boxes and carried them with trembling hands. When they finally arrived at the new city, the house they rented was small, cold, and poorly lit. But for them, it was a chance to start over. Even with fear in their hearts, they also carried hope. The first months were a battle. John took small jobs as a construction worker, and Mary cleaned houses. They saved every penny, sacrificing everything. Many nights, they had only rice and beans for dinner, choosing to spend less on food so they could save for their dream. Their clothes were worn, their furniture was old, but their dreams, those were unshakable, and don't think it was easy. There were days when giving up seemed like the only option, when the rent was late, when the money ran out before the end of the month, when the children asked for toys they couldn't afford. In those moments, Mary would hold her kids tightly and whisper, "This won't be forever. Trust us, everything will change." John, even after exhausting days of work, studied at night. He read about small businesses, took notes in old notebooks, and watched free videos on borrowed phones. Every sleepless night was an investment in the future. And slowly, step by step, they started taking action. Their business began with almost nothing. A small wooden stand built from recycled materials where Mary sold homemade sweets. At first, sales were tiny. Some people bought, others ignored them, and many mocked them. But John and Mary never gave up. Little by little, their sweets started attracting attention. Customers returned, bringing friends with them. Word spread. The flavor was unique, crafted with love and dedication. What once seemed like a fragile dream began to grow roots. But challenges didn't disappear. Rainy days nearly destroyed their stand. Some days, they sold nothing. They still heard cruel comments like, "This will never amount to anything." But instead of breaking them, every challenge made them stronger. With each dollar earned, they reinvested. Soon, they had enough to rent a tiny shop. Their grand opening wasn't glamorous. No party, no decorations, just a small sign and hopeful hearts. But when they unlocked the door for the first time, tears filled their eyes. It was theirs. That moment was a turning point. Slowly, their little shop became known in the neighborhood. More customers came, orders grew, and for the first time in years, John and Mary felt they could breathe again. And here is the irony. The same relatives and acquaintances who once mocked them began to clap. They said, "We always knew you could do it." They pretended they had supported them all along. The very people who turned their backs during the hardest moments now wanted to be close, to share in the success. But John and Mary didn't waste time with bitterness. They understood that life changes, that people change, and that true recognition doesn't come from applause. It comes from the quiet nights of struggle, the sacrifices, the tears, the persistence. Today, that family lives with dignity and financial stability. But more importantly, they live with pride. Pride in never giving up. Pride in proving everyone wrong. Pride in showing their children that dreams are worth fighting for. And this story carries a powerful lesson. Never let others decide your limits. Never let their doubts, laughter, or negativity define your future. Your dream is yours, and only you can decide whether it is possible. Now I want to talk directly to you. What is your dream? What are you fighting for? Maybe you're facing criticism. Maybe people laugh at your goals. Maybe you're struggling, just like John and Mary once did. But let their story remind you, giving up is not an option. The path may be hard, but victory belongs to those who keep walking, even when it hurts. If this story inspired you, I invite you right now. Subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, leave a comment sharing what you felt, and share this story with someone who needs hope. Because remember, dreams don't expire. As long as there is courage in your heart, there will always be a path to victory.